cannot be. Stop it!
Good evening. Are things better now that Dr. Swansea is back?
The vampire hunters have not come back. I hope this time it's for good.
I'll leave you.
I wish I...
Good evening.
Oh, I'm thirsty.
Do you require...
My condition cannot...
What?
Thank...
Up.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
Hello, Mill.
Hello, sir.
How has it been since Dr. Swansea came back?
Rumour says you saved him. I must say, I'm impressed.
Do you need any...
I'm afraid...
Up.
Yes.
Good. Good evening.
I have a lot...
Is everything all right now that Dr. Swansea is back?
The situation is hard, but Dr. Swansea promised me things will get better. He even said he'll take care of us all. And I believe him.
Do you require...
I will be...
No. Good.
It's locked.
Hello again.
Good evening,
Do you need...
Afraid's up.
Throughout...
You...
Good. Good evening.
Evening.
Do you need...
Don't get...
I'm... Good. Good evening.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
How is the situation now that Dr. Swansea is back?
I'm impressed by the man. He was abducted, and now he's back, happy as ever, helping the patients all night long. An example to us all.
Do you need my...
I would have been confused.
There isn't
any...
Good.
I'm quite...
How is everything now that Dr. Swansea is back?
The hospital could not keep on like this, without an administrator. So things are back to normal, I guess.
Do you need...
Don't be...
Then you...
I...
Th-
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
How is the situation now Dr. Swansea is back?
I can't say if it's good news or not.
What do you mean?
He used to stay in his office a lot. Now he tends to visit the patients more, but he smiles less.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one?
Despite...
Well,
Goodbye. Good evening.
I'm okay.
How are things now Dr. Swansea has returned?
Better, I suppose.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may...
You are not...
And you have...
I have...
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Reads me like a book.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
How are things now Dr. Swansea is back?
He visited me soon after his return. He asked me if I'd agree to some experimental procedure. I said I'd think about it.
Is there anything else that's bothering?
Really?
Good.
I will not let you down, my boy.
good evening, Doctor.
Like a book. Never could keep anything from her.
I die before my son. I die before my son. No. He needs me so much. So much.
Are things better now Dr. Swansea has returned?
Dr. Swansea visited here for the first time last night. He wanted to know if the corpses were adequately confined.
What do you think of that?
I'm glad, sir. We spent too many weeks facing death and disease without really taking security measures. It's good to have him back.
Do you need medical...
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the
Don't take too...
And that is a...
Goodbye.
Never ceases to amaze me how you see the dead.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me? For what?
Come now, you know what I mean. I am... well, I'm just like you.
I'm glad you like it.
How could I not be happy? You offered me the ultimate freedom. More than I ever could have dreamt of.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely fine. Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
Will you continue as Pembroke's administrator?
Of course. I can help more than ever. And since I'm already dead, I can't get sick.
Are you not afraid Priwen will find you? Next time, they will do more than abduct and torture you.
I remain a man of peace. If things were to go awry, I would flee rather than slice them up as you would, my friend.
Have you seen Elizabeth? Has she passed this way since you returned?
No. And I'm terrified to see her again. I really am, Jonathan. She could very well tear me to pieces for what I did.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Does not the prospect of meeting him as a vampire thrill you? The two old enemies reunited post-mortem.
Maybe we could even share a glass of... wine. I really don't know if he will accept his condition. He has spent his life beheading leeches, you know.
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague. I have an eternity to make scientific progress. I could be the only scientist able to undertake extreme experiments upon himself.
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear. No more experiments on mortals. See? I said mortals. How quickly the mind adapts.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery. There's almost no limit to what my body can now endure. I could be the next Henry Head.
Goodbye, Edgar. I am certain we'll meet again.